I don't typically review Joseline's Cabaret because these girls be too naked for me to even do a review on TikTok. But they had a little bit more clothes on today, so let's get to it. These two. At first, I was Team Hennessy. I do feel like Rose let the other girls get in her head and start beefing with Hennessy. But now seeing Hennessy's behavior this episode, she lost me. One thing about Hennessy that annoys the fuck out of me is that she gonna keep talking and talking and talking, especially to bitches that don't like her. It has already been established that you and Rose are not friends, so why do you keep talking to her? Like this scene on the bus, Rose was talking about, you know, how she felt the night before and why she walked off and whatnot. And she was saying like, yo, if my breath smelled bad, why couldn't you have just pulled me to the side and say that? You say that we a team. Freaking Raven. We a team. Why couldn't you have been like, girl, like, your breath not smelling too good? And then Hennessy took the opportunity to turn around and be like, well, it smells like jacket breath. It smells like hot ass. Wow, lost me. Because Hennessy, who was even talking to you? And then they're on this bus the entire time arguing. And then Hennessy took it upon herself to put freaking Rose's business out from when she was 16. And I'm sorry, the unfavorable opinion here. To judge someone for what they did when they was a teenager instead of judging them for who they are in this current present day is kind of crazy. When you're 16, you don't know no better. You're very given into peer pressure. You're discovering your body, the things you like. There's mistakes that are made. So to judge her based on that and call her a whore because of what she did at 16 is crazy. Is she a good mom? Does she take care of her kids? Does she do what she's supposed to fucking do? Let's judge her based on that. So Hennessy, you was really a lame for that. No cool points. Even from the Bronx, bitch. No cool points for that. These three bitches here. And the thing is, I have said previously, I like Dani because she really be making me laugh at her confessionals. But this episode especially, woo, bitch. I'm gonna go down the line here. Raven is one hating ass bitch, and I'm gonna need Neek to throw her ones and twos at Raven. Because who the hell does she think she is to be yelling at these girls the way she is and be talking to these girls the way she is? I don't even think that Rose breath actually fucking stink. Because when she put that out there, she said, well, I'm not the only one that says it. Nobody else co-signed what the fuck she said. And she also, after the fight, was saying, oh, do y'all think I was wrong for saying that her breath stink? So that makes me feel like you knew that you was just throwing that shit out there because you got mad that Joseline picked her to be the runner-up and not you, her little fucking rug. Raven definitely walks around with this chip on her shoulder because Joseline made her house mom. But girl, calm the fuck down. Because I remember you was sucking on Joseline's toe last year and then she body slammed your ass to the floor and told you get the fuck out. So for you to be acting like you even remotely are going to stay or in the running for this money is kind of crazy. Your behavior this season is very haterish. And you're even on Twitter still beefing with this 21-year-old about this thing. Like, what you finna do with the 50K, ma'am? She got a kid to feed. You telling me her having the 50K, she's not going to invest that and to take care of her kid and to making sure she can take care of her kid? You're bugging. You just want the 50K because you know your boobies look really bad. The way they got cut up the line like that. Oh, girl, it looks bad. You got Trisha Paytas titties. And you want to get those fixed. That's why I see what you're doing. Matter of fact, I think you mad at the fact that Rose got this opportunity at 21 when at 21 you wasn't doing nothing for yourself. This is giving real hater. I don't like you, bitch. I don't. I've never liked this bitch. I don't. From the weekly acting to the pretending that she's going to cry whenever Joseline's saying something like sad or inspiring, to being up Joseline's ass, to starting issues and acting like she's the victim. I don't like Andrea, and she was extremely annoying this episode too, acting like she's miles above these bitches when really, bitch, you just like them. Because for the beginning of this season, you was the cause for all the fights in the house. So to act like, oh, I'm a professional. You've never been professional, you ugly, weird bitch. And I ain't like the fact that she was like, oh, well, you be drinking more than you be at rehearsal. Neek should have came back and said, well, you be over here shaking your ass more than you call your own kid. That's what Neek should have said, because I would have been clocked this bitch, honestly. Dani, I love you, girl, but come to the front. You was doing too much this episode too, because you wild as fuck. For you to be sitting here and trying to be all proper and be like, well, they be drinking and they're not professional and blah, blah. For you to even try to put this professional act on is really fucking crazy, because you be the wildest one on this fucking show. You don't be professional most of the time. And while I think your antics are funny, don't sit here and try to be calling out someone else because you hate them. Be real. You and Andrea both be getting on my nerves sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all really be walking around here with a chip on your shoulder like y'all not gonna go anywhere. Joseline didn't even pick you or Andrea as the runner-ups or as her choices for giving the 50K. What does that say? Girl, you are not safe. So you and Andrea need to stop acting like y'all safe from everything. Raven too. Throw that bitch in this conversation as well. And since y'all was so Team Hennessy, I would love to know why in the fuck y'all let Hennessy go into Joseline's room knowing that was her room. Like, all three of y'all was in there macking, chilling, helping this girl calm down, going into putting her in bed, putting her to sleep, giving her water, Joseline's fresh water, doing all that shit. None of y'all told her to leave. So what are y'all doing? Hated this scene on the bus, talking about we're gonna respect the OGs, we're gonna respect the OGs. No, bitch. Respect is not just given, it is earned. And so far, you have not earned nobody's respect. Just because you are OG don't mean shit, because you could be gone tomorrow, bitch. Like I said in the beginning, you was sucking on Joseline's little nasty looking ugly ass toes, and then she kicked you out an hour later. Like, what are you talking about? It has proven, Raven, that being a lapdog don't do shit for you. So for you to even remotely think these girls should just give you the respect because you're the OG, and I'm with Neek, you're not going to talk to me disrespectfully and not respect me and think I'm just supposed to be sitting here and sucking your ass. No. And I wish Neek would have really beat her ass. Also, back to Dani. On this bus scene, Neek was getting ready to get up and bop the shit out of Raven. And she had something in her hand and she kind of like threw it. But she didn't see where she was throwing it. She just kind of threw it like, so what's up, bitch? And the item that Neek had hit Dani. And Dani got up and started fighting. Dani, you being a hypocrite because you was just out there in that field after Hennessy and Rose was fighting, talking about this is unprofessional. We have a fight, like we have rehearsals, we have a show, and y'all doing this. Oh my God. But here you are jumping up to fight before a rehearsal and before a show. Like I said, y'all bitches be exactly the same as these new girls, and then when Joseline come, all of a sudden y'all hands is clean. I don't like that. If you was such a professional, you could have been like, damn, Neek, you hit me. Was that intended for me? Because then we could run it after the show. But the fact that you just jumped up without giving it a second thought is crazy. And knowing Andrea, she probably jumped in and jumped that girl too. And that's pathetic. And now we know next episode, the three of y'all hoes is going to be running over to fucking Joseline to complain about Neek. And I hope Neek wins the money on y'all asses. I couldn't stand Neek for a minute, but now I'm seeing what the fuck that she be talking about with y'all bitches. This episode did not do good for y'all. And then in the field, you could tell that these bitches have literally a game plan and a vendetta against these other girls. Because how the fuck y'all talking about the fight between Hennessy and Rose? And when Hennessy starts getting the heat from Joseline for the fact that y'all had her up in her room that she told y'all not to go into, now y'all want to flip and say, well, Neek was drinking. Huh? And here's Andrea standing there like she never do anything wrong. She's just absolved from this, huh? Not gonna lie though, Dani's stomach look amazing. Great job. Other than that, I don't like these four. Don't like these four. Hennessy, you had me, and then you lost me this episode because you was on weird timing and you don't know how to fucking fight either, bitch. You fight real fucking dirty because there was no reason for you to be biting that girl on her fucking fingers. I don't necessarily know if Rose was purposely sticking her fingers in your mouth. It was giving more like she was just trying to push your fucking face and you was moving your head around to get her finger in your mouth. But all you did was pull hair. And I don't like bitches like that. If you gonna fight, fucking fight. Throw the knuckles. Don't be pulling my fucking hair, you weird bitch. You pull my hair, you weak. You pull my hair, you don't want to get hit in the face. You pull my hair, you know you can't fight. And Hennessy, you not the best fighter. I have seen you get washed. The only person you washed was actually freaking Oceans. And Oceans is not a good fighter either. And speaking of Oceans, because I'm never going to take the opportunity to not be on her neck. Oceans, you pussy and you a follower. After that fight, Erica said pick a side, and you ran over to the side with Erica because you were scared that she was going to start fighting you next. If you didn't feel like you was on that side, you could have been on the other side. You look very conflicted. You didn't have to pick a side. You could have been right in the middle. Like, what the fuck? This is why I don't like Ocean. She flap her gums, she just be annoying as hell, and then she pick and choose. I don't like that. Back to Rose and Hennessy real quick. If Rose breath stink, I'm definitely convinced that Hennessy stink. Crazy thing is, I would think Hennessy's breath smell bad and not really Rose. I would think Rose got like pit stink, whatever, but Hennessy, I would think her breath stink. Like, do y'all see her mouth? She be getting mush mouth when she be like talking sometimes. I would think her breath is stank. And to be honest, both of them give me a little stank, but in different areas. But if Rose stink, I definitely know Hennessy stink. I also gotta say, last episode when Hennessy pulled out her covered boobies, wasn't impressed. These were the saddest looking pair of boobies I've ever seen in my life. Like, what's going on with y'all cabaret girls? Why all y'all boobies look so fucking bad? You got Raven with the boobs that got cut up like it was Frankenstein. You got this girl with the boobies that's actually really saggy and pushed to the side. Like, what the hell is going on this season?